As CEO, my role really is about culture setting, vision and leadership. So I'm the guy who loves to hire people, loves to build a team culture, loves to come up with ideas about where we're heading and then getting that to happen. Base is a cloud native media services provider. So we've been specialists since 2015 in migrating media companies to the cloud. So everything from storage, media asset management, all the ancillary tooling around that, and the integrations and digital transformation projects to help media companies move to the cloud. The biggest pain points that big companies have when they're trying to move to the cloud is that they typically have a full-time job already, whether that be creating content, publishing, distributing, whatever it might be. And you have to have a team of people who are full-time religiously dedicated to the cloud migration. And most companies don't have that. They either have engineers that are so busy already keeping the lights on, they can't attribute the time needed, or they don't have that and they're really creative focus, which we come across an awful lot. So the biggest challenge is how we're going to do it if we don't have the capacity, and that's where we come in. So when we meet a client, we first of all just listen. What are their current challenges, what they're trying to achieve, what tools do they currently use, and then we'll map their requirements against the right solution for them. But everybody starts with the same issue, which is they've got data spread everywhere, typically on hard drives, on-premise storage, maybe even some consumer-grade platforms like Dropbox, which isn't fit for purpose for big media workloads. So first of all, we help them get the data in. That's step one, migrate to the cloud. Then step two is we build them a media library or media asset management system. And we actually refer to it in our marketing as a content hub. So the content hub is where they can have all of their material indexed, searchable, tagged, and readily available to all their users around the world. And step three is transform their workflows. So now that all the data is in the cloud and the media asset management system is on top of that, now we actually integrate various tools and workflows on top of it to make it easy for people to use. So that might be how to upload faster, how to transcode the media into different formats, or how to apply AI to their library. So we take them on those three steps. It's a whole journey, but we're expert in that field. A really great case study for working with a business that was net new. I had a completely blank sheet of paper, is Narrative Entertainment. They actually contracted us in the pandemic. They had no premises, no hardware. It was a brand new business. And the deal was to migrate what was previously Sony Movies and Sony Kids Television into an entirely cloud-based studio. So like a dream project for Base, really. No legacy infrastructure to worry about and a completely blank sheet of paper for our engineering team. We successfully rolled that out in only 3 months, and it went live in November 2021. And they've recently renewed for a multi-year contract, which we're very, very proud of. But in essence, what it is, it's storage, remote post-production, MAM, and delivery of all of their content. So files can come in from around the world from different movie studios. They can be compliance edited, trailer edited, all the marketing materials can be made, and then they can be mastered, QC'd, and delivered to broadcast. And it was one of the first platforms in the world which was 100% cloud-based from end to end. So we're super, super proud of that. A really great example of a case study in online video and agency space is Lad Bible Group. Really popular brand, loads of people have heard of them. They pump out so much social media content, it's ridiculous. Hundreds and hundreds of terabytes of the stuff. We've worked with them now for a number of years. I think it was around 2018 when we first migrated them to the cloud. They use us for storage, asset management, archiving, and also a native integration with Adobe Frame.io. So this client has worked with us for a long time. They've found new use cases where we can help them. They've briefed our team, and we've then built them custom integrations into Base Foundation.io, which is our integrations platform. And another one that we're super proud of is one of the world's largest luxury brands. They had been for years using third-party agencies to store their data, handle their data, and give them access to the data when they wanted it. And the requirement was, how do we get the keys to our data and control our data? So this is a contract we won during the pandemic. We built it over a year-long period, rolled it out, and it's now used 24/7 by hundreds of users around the world, and has really accelerated their migration to the cloud. One of the big themes of the last 18 months has been AI. We're not an AI-first company. I think a lot of businesses say they are, but it's kind of a bit of marketing hype. What we do is we help customers get the best out of the best AI tools on the market and integrate them into their workloads. So recently we've been seeing companies who have a huge library of data, but they want to monetize it. So how do they apply AI models to their media to tag it and make it more readily searchable and sellable? This is a big push in the industry right now. Another area has been in localization and automation. So I'm sat on a load of different movies or different TV shows. How do I quickly turn them into different languages, add on the captions and make them readily available on different platforms? Brilliant use case for that. We're beginning to see creative companies like agencies and brands move into the world of generative AI. So how do they use generative AI to create graphics, automated editing packages, versioning of materials for different international distribution workloads? And this is a whole new exciting world that we're getting into. And it's being spearheaded by some of the world's biggest companies like Adobe and AWS, which is great for us because we're partnered together already.